think that was great, you saying that that bottle was recycled.
Okay. I don't want you to be, okay, maybe
There
that'll
we
work.
go.
There we go. Will that yellow thing go away?
Yeah,
Okay, are we ready?
we're ready. Let's go.
Hello, friends. I'd like to introduce Tami Dudo.
And I'd like to introduce Mary Howell.
Okay, I want to tell you that we are here as representatives of the Christian Ed Committee for Friends Church. And we want to talk to you a little bit about that Valentine bag that was left on your porch. Either today, February the 14th, or yesterday.
February 13th.
Yes, so what we have in mind for this is that we're going to have a lot of hope during this spring. And spring is springing up everywhere. Here we are on Transfiguration Sunday. It's awesome. We are imminently approaching the season of Lent for our worship and our reminder of Jesus that we believe in so strongly. And I just think that a seed is a wonderful, wonderful symbol of hope. And that's what we need, right? A symbol of hope and the little growing seedling that will come from that seed. So, we gave you these kits that are actually seed germination and seedling growth kits. Let's see what we got.
So some seeds of hope. Let's see.
Yay!
Inside, I found some, these look like flower pots, but they feel different.
Okay, these are pots that are actually made of peat. And so when you transplant these into the ground, you don't have to take the soil and the seed out and the seedling out of here. You just put the whole thing in the ground, and this will disintegrate. It's organic into the soil, and the plant seedling is not disturbed during your transplantation. We'll use these later.
Okay. There's two of them though.
Oh, that's for one child, because every kid is going to have two.
Awesome. I found some soil.
Oh, right. So here's the potting soil. It comes in this big bag. If you have one child, there'll be enough in there for one child to take care of 2 pots. And if you have 3 kids, there'll be enough in here for 3 kids to take care of 2 pots each. There'll be enough for 6 pots.
6 pots. Wow.
And it will be very full.
All right, and then I found some seeds. There's some that are really small and some that are a little bit bigger.
Okay, so the little ones, every package will be labeled, and the little seeds are like okra, radish, or cucumber, and the big seeds are going to be like these green bean seeds, or corn, or zucchini seeds.
And there's a couple more things left. They look like
Whoa.
wooden discs.
Oh yeah, they feel like wooden discs, don't they? But they're really not. These are also made of peat, but it's peat that's been compressed into these little things that are called peat pellets. We'll get a close-up of these later, but they have a circle right in the middle, and this is where we're going to start germinating our seeds in these, but we've got to get them wet first.
Awesome. So I got a couple extras, but every child should have 2.
Right, so we had enough in that bag for 2 kids. We would have to add 2 more pots, but we've got that. So other than this material that's in the bag, there are a few other things that you need to have at hand that you can collect from your house. So here they are. Let's go over what they are. Okay, move this bag out of the way.
So I've got a little cup that says 1/3 cup.
Okay, you're probably eat for 2 pellets, you're not going to need any more than about 1/3 of a cup of water.
I have a couple of spoons, and so
Either one. Just
one works.
something about the size of a teaspoon. It can be a plastic one or an old teaspoon you've got in a drawer somewhere. That'll work.
then we have this nice little bowl and also a lid. And this looks like just a lid like off a coffee can, or for this one it's with some cheese.
Yeah, it had cheese. It had cheese in it. So these are actually going to be the trays that will hold the peat pellets with the germinating seeds. Okay, so that's all they're for. They're just to hold a little bit, tiny bit of water, but to hold at least 2 of these peat pellets. And it doesn't matter whether it's a bowl like this or a lid like this. I was just giving you options for what you might have around the house.
And there's also a pencil, it's not even sharpened, but it does have an eraser.
Yes, and the reason we're going to use that is because it's blunt and it won't hurt anything. We're just going to use this when we plant to deepen the hole that we're going to put the seeds in. That's all.
Awesome.
Okie doke. And plants need water. So they need soil. That's what we got here. They need water. That's what we have in this bottle. It's not bottled water. It's just tap water. I'm just reusing this bottle because it's convenient. And they need warmth, about 68 to 72 degrees. And eventually they'll need light, but not right at first. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're ready to start.
We're ready to start.
All right. So the first thing we have to do is get these pellets wet. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pour some water into something that we can dip out of because we can control the amount of water better by using our spoons, right? So we're going to take our pea pellets and make sure that they have the circle side up. You're going to look and find the little circle in the middle. Can you show them that, Tammy?
I sure can. Let me get a close up.
There we go. See that little circle right in the middle? That's where the seed will go. So that's the top of the pea pellet.
I'm going to put it like that.
There you go. Okay, perfect. So we're going to take a spoon apiece and we're going to put several teaspoonfuls of water in our lid where the pea pellets are sitting. Now I'm going to move this bottle of water. Can you see what we're doing? There you go. Because the pellets will absorb the water from the bottom and they'll also take it from the top. What we want to do here to get them wet all the way through is we want to go from the bottom, and that'll be the way that we water our seedlings because the roots will be down there at the bottom once we get this good and wet.
So I am not pouring it on top of the pellet.
Yeah, right now we're putting it on the bottom, and then you're going to take 1 or 2 little teaspoons and put it on the top so that you're working from the bottom and the top. And that we're only doing it both ways because we don't have a seed in there yet. When we have a seed, you will very rarely put any on the top. You'll water from the bottom. And it takes a few minutes to do this. So we're showing you how to do it carefully, a little bit at a time, but you have to wait. So I've put 1 teaspoonful on top of each one, and then I wait for it to soak in. And it's going to take a few minutes. And when it soaks in, then I put another one in there. And I just keep doing that until it's all wet. So let me show you what's going to happen. We've started with a pellet that's 1/4 inch high. And here's one that I did a couple of hours ago that is 1.5 inches high. You see what I'm doing? So this is the one we're going to actually plant in.
I'm going to do a close-up.
Do a close-up.
We're
There
going
you go.
old school close-up.
Okay,
So here's
so
where we started. And here's where we are currently after what?
about 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes.
Okay, but we're not going to sit here and wait for that to happen while we're making our video,
Perfect.
right? We're taking a lesson from the last cooking show we watched.
There you go. Oh, we're the British cooking show.
The great British baking show.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
we should call ourselves the British potting show.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to take this. I've got it in its own little lid, and this is what you will do next. I think let's do the small seeds with this because it'll be easier. So So here's what I want you to do, Tammy, to plant it. You're going to take this and you're going to put this eraser down in there and see if you've got it's about 1/2 inch is what you need to make sure it's about 1/2 inch deep. Can you do
I
that?
want to go 1/2 inch deep, so that would be
Right
probably about where the silver stuff
in.
base up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So eraser part is going to go in that hole.
There you go. Twist it around so the hole is open. There you go. Now you're on, and then all you do is you take the seeds out of there, drop them in.
Do I drop all the seeds in?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Even if you have 3 would be the minimum that you would put in there, but you could also put 4 or 5 in there. And then you'll get several little seedlings, hopefully. Then you've got to take a tiny bit of your soil, and I'm talking a pinch, ready to pinch.
Pinch. It's like a pinch of sugar, but it's soil. Okay, pinch of soil.
And you may have to kind of tap it down with your little tapper here, your pencil tapper. because you want it to cover those seeds.
So I'm using the eraser. Actually, I could probably do this either end. But I'm just making sure that the soil is covering the hole.
All right, and then get 1 more teaspoon of water and drip it on there. So we want to make sure that that seed has plenty of moisture, but we want the moisture to be in the peat. Seeds do not swim. They do not like swimming, not at all. So we don't want to have enough water in there for swimming around.
Okay.
Okay?
It soaked it right up.
I know. That's awesome. So that means it's just, oh yeah, it's ready. Now, one of the things I want to show you, Tammy's going to do her quick close-up like as she's been doing so expertly. But I want you to see the difference between the color of the wet one and the color of one that is getting too dry. When it changes from dark chocolate to milk chocolate, it's time to water. In fact, you should do it before that. Look, you can see the difference in the color. And when it starts getting light, you need to add a tiny bit of water. It's kind of a balancing act because you don't want it to get quite as dry as the milk chocolate one looks. But you don't want it to swim either.
Because seeds do not swim.
Okay, so then the only other thing I have to tell you is that you take your planted peat pellet. It's got your seed in it. You can put a little toothpick in there. If you have colored toothpicks, you can use certain colors for certain seeds so that you'll know what's coming up. If you're not sure of what you're getting, probably if you send me a picture of it, I can tell you what it is. You will see some germination in anywhere from 5 to 10 days. It depends on the seed itself and on how warm it is. That does not mean it would be a good idea for you to get it up to 85 or 90 degrees. It just means that the difference between a 65-degree house where you might be keeping it and a 72-degree house would speed up germination. But we don't want to get them too hot. So you can put the whole thing.
Miss Mary.
What? I mean, yes.
I don't know what germination means.
So inside here where we can't see it, the seed is swelling and growing, and it's going to stick its little tongue out. And that little tongue is going to be a root. That's germination. When it sticks its tongue out,
Okay.
it's germinating.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So that's what we want to look for. And you just need to put this in a place on top of a cabinet or on top of a windowsill maybe, somewhere where your kitty cat can't get into it and your dog won't knock it over.
So it stays in this lid until the tongue comes out?
Yep, it stays in this lid until you can see 2 little leaves coming up.
Okay.
And you water it, you should check it. It probably will need water, I would imagine, at least every other day. So I would look at it every day. You may not water it every day, but you have to look at it every day.
Okay.
Okay?
So look at it every day and water it when it starts to go from dark chocolate to milk chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Because dark chocolate's good for us.
Yeah, it's good for the seed too.
When do I put it in the pot?
Okay, once you have, I would say 2 to 4 leaves on it. I would let it grow a little bit up to about, see where my finger is above the pot? Like, let it grow about that much. And that, for some plants, that'll only be 2 leaves. For some, it'll be 4.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is you're not going to dig around in there at all. You're going to take soil out of your bag with your cup, put it in here until it's not completely full. You want it only about 2/3 full. So within about this much of the top. And then you're going to put this down in the soil and cover and pack extra soil around the plant.
Do I put a lot of soil or just enough to cover it?
You're not going to cover the plant
Okay.
because it's sticking up. You want it to stick up.
I want it to stick up.
So you're just going to put it around the edge like that.
Okay.
It's hard for me to show you that right now because we don't have a plant. But we might show you another picture later.
Yeah. We might make another video.
Oh, we might make another
Yes.
video. But I'll turn my dryer off before we make the next video.
And we would like to see your progress. So since we planted ours a week earlier than you will plant yours, we can keep track of ours and share what's happening with here. And you can share your pictures or videos with what is happening with yours.
Yay!
Yes.
So look for the instruction page that's inside your Valentine bag, and there will be instructions there about how you can share, right?
Correct.
And how we will share with you.
Correct. Yay!
Yay for plants!
Okay, we'll do a quick mask off picture. Ready?
Ready?
1,
set,
2, go.
go!
Yes.
Good job!